And it was just the chances, just the fact that we were just creating chances, not just the first half, but the second half as well.
Here we go. It's Pompey Pod with Mike, Dan, and Tolly. Good evening, gents.
Hi.
It's another away defeat we're going to talk about today, but this one's a little bit different because this is actually the first time probably that we should have actually won the game. We've had a few where we could have won, or even got something out of it, but like Middlesbrough, Leeds, etc. But this one we actually should have won, shouldn't we? And probably won quite comfortably, I think. What do you think, Dan? What did you think of? Let's talk about some of the chances we should have taken. Let's start with Colby's because he seems to be the one getting loads of grief this week, doesn't he? Let's start with his one-on-one to begin with.
Yeah, I think the wrong decision. I think if you have a shot there and the keeper saves it, then the keeper's done well. I think if you try and take on the keeper still did well, didn't he, to get his foot to it? It was a good tackle from the keeper, but I just think just have a go, just get your shot off, rather than trying to be too clever.
He seemed to have that extra touch, didn't he? Which the moment almost was gone because the keeper closed him down by that stage.
And that probably is a confidence thing, rather than just trying to shoot first time. He's just trying to walk it in and he's trying to give himself the best chance. But yeah.
But you combine that, and obviously he had one in the second half, and then he had the offside goal, which actually was a good finish, but he went too early. But you combine that with the last couple of games, Burnley and to a lesser degree, I suppose, Millwall, where he's missed a couple of chances. Is it? Can you see why people are getting on his back and whatever? But I think the extent is a bit much. Isn't it?
I think it's still harsh after what we said last week. I still think it's a bit harsh. I did some statage as well. So obviously Bishop gets a lot of the abuse, or has been getting a lot of abuse recently. So I thought I'd have a look at the other our top four, our front four, to see their stats for the season. And the one who seems to get the most or gets a lot of good comments is Matt Ritchie. So I thought I'd have a look at his stats. And 26 matches, how many goals has he scored in that? Do you know?
3, is it?
3, yeah. How many assists?
Maybe 1?
Yeah, 0.
Really?
0 assists.
Yeah, I didn't think there's many.
So I mean, I'm not going to slag off Matt Ritchie because I think he's doing well, but you know, then you look at Colby Bishop, played 17 goals, 4 assists, 2, and then Josh Murphy and Callum Lang. Josh Murphy's got 6 assists, Callum Lang's got 2, and they've got 10 and 5 goals. So I think it is a bit harsh, and I think when you have got players like Matt Ritchie there that haven't got great return, but don't seem to get, and I don't know whether that's just because he's a Pompey boy.
So that buys him some credit, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think he's allowed a few more incidents or issues because he is a Pompey boy. What about the misses? Let's Lang's one first. It's probably more difficult with the 2 chances, but they're both pretty atrocious, weren't they? The open goals.
I have to say, Mike, I wasn't able to actually watch the game, but I saw the highlights, which were shit. I don't know if either of you have looked at the Sky Sports highlights or the published highlights, but they don't bear any resemblance to what I heard about the game or what I've seen in the reports.
Yeah, there's an extended highlights one that was quite good, which I watched, which is sort of like 25 minutes, and it shows most of Pompey's chances, but it doesn't show the offside one for some reason. But yeah, you probably watched the 2 or 3 minute version.
I did. It was poor.
Yeah.
It was pants.
Yeah.
But I did see the one that Lang missed on the line, which was unfathomable in terms of how he managed to put that over the bar rather than in the net.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you think that was unfathomable, you'd have loved Ogilvy's.
Yeah, Ogilvy did the same. They didn't show that one, I don't think. They only showed Lang's in the
With
I like-
Lanes, at least Lane was kind of stretching for it, wasn't he? Whereas Ogilvy kind of, I think he just didn't anticipate it actually coming to him, because there was obviously it kind of went through a defender, didn't it? And then I didn't get how you get it up that high from there. I know it's just a miscontrol, but it just seems easier to score, doesn't it? Reminded me of, remember when Carnu missed one for West Brom a few years
Yeah.
ago? Not quite as bad as that, but similar sort of level.
Can I ask you about Ogilvy while we're on that topic? What is he doing up there?
Well,
Scoring.
Well, yeah, I know, but
Yeah.
is that all part of the plan, or is he just getting a rush of blood to the head, or what is that?
what do you think?
I thought it was good. I think I like Ogilvy in that when he goes up there and gets in the box, because he's got 4 now this season, hasn't he? Is it 4?
Yeah. It's clearly a tactic, isn't it? Because if you look, when Murphy goes out wide, Ogilvy is tearing through the middle, almost like he's a centre midfielder.
Yeah.
And obviously we did that against Millwall and got caught out, didn't we? But I think that was because
Yeah.
Pack was also out of position, and therefore, when they're both out of position, obviously we got done on the counter. But I quite like it. It's a little bit like Man City-esque, isn't it? Where they have the, what is it called, inverted fullbacks, where the fullback becomes almost like a defensive midfielder. But he covers some ground, doesn't he, Ogilvy? Because he does those runs, but then he does get back pretty quickly as well. I think the last few games, I know the results haven't gone for us, but I think he's one of the most improved players, I think, over the last half a dozen, 8 games or so. He does, there's not a lot goes past him. I think, considering he doesn't have the most amount of pace in the league, he heads anything, doesn't he? He'll literally stick his head in where it's going to hurt, and then weighs in with a goal or two. So although he missed the sitter, I thought he had a good game actually at the weekend.
Oh, the one he took was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good. Really good.
And it was just the chances, just the fact that we were just creating chances, not just the first half, but the second half as well, or at least for the first 20, 25 minutes of the first half. Definitely the best I've seen us play away from
I thought
home.
we were excellent. Really good, weren't we? Really good. But
we didn't win. But we didn't win.
Didn't win. What did you think about the? Well, there's 2 incidents actually. One, we'll start with the latter one. The foul by their substitute on Lang. About 85 minutes or so. It was a heavy challenge, but people are saying it should have been a straight red. What did you think?
I thought it was filth, but I wouldn't say it was a red. I thought it was a nasty one.
How would you compare it
Depends.
to Terry
If
Devlin's
his leg
one?
snaps, then you're going, it's red, aren't you? But no, I think it was just a bit of a lunge on it. But the referee was very. I think the commentators kept making a point about that he just kept his cards in his pocket.
Yeah.
I can't remember what there was an early foul, wasn't there, by one of their players that was quite filth. And
I'll tell you the other one.
That he didn't even. What was it?
Brereton Diaz when he ran into the goalkeeper.
Oh yeah, there was that one.
Completely unnecessarily ran into him.
Easy booking, isn't it? Yeah.
Easy booking, and then about 5 minutes later, he then had the ball nicked off him and just did a filth trip, didn't he?
Yeah.
Which at that stage should be the second yellow, shouldn't it?
Yeah. He was quite lenient, that ref, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was a little bit too much. But definitely had the chances to win it, didn't we? But then you knew as the game went on, the more chances we missed, you just thought, if we're going to grip this, aren't we? And then you then look at their bench, they're bringing on Raksaki and Brewster. And it's kind of they combined within a minute, didn't they? And got a goal, which was a shame.
Yes.
And at that point, I think we just the wind went out of our sails, didn't it? It was kind of difficult to get back into the momentum from there. What was quite good is that obviously we had a much stronger bench, which allowed him to make changes. What did you think of the subs who came on? Alshish and Gordon in particular, the 2 new boys.
Really see enough of them, to be honest.
It's difficult, isn't it? They came on, and pretty much we conceded a goal. I thought Alshish looked keen, but I think we lost a little bit of emphasis when Richie went off because of his high energy. He came on for him, and I'm not sure, did Latin go about right? And now she's kind of played in the 10, but he ran around a lot, but didn't really get the ball that much, did he? Same with Gordon.
Yeah. I think we missed Richie's assists when he went off.
His creativity.
Yeah.
Must-win game, isn't it? Cardiff. Do you think we're going to win that one, Tolly? They're a bit
Yeah.
kind of on form. They did lose last weekend, but they've had decent form up until then.
Absolutely. I think everything that I've kind of heard about the Sheffield United game is, Cardiff. All respect to Cardiff, they're not great, are they?
Well, no, but if we do beat them, obviously we go above them in the league, and it puts us, hopefully, well, depending on other results, but it could put us as much as 5 or 6 points above the drop.
It's a home game that we should be winning.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the games we've got coming up, so you've got Cardiff at home, Oxford away, QPR home, Luton away, Leeds at home, Plymouth at home. Leeds is the only one you'd say is a really tough game. They're all tough. Don't get me wrong, they're all tough games. They're no easy games, as they say, but Leeds is a really, really tough game.
Yeah.
But you look at even those 2 away games. I know our away form is now shocking with 7 defeats in a row, but Oxford and Luton, you'd say we've got to go there. We've got to be going there to win, and we don't want to get a point. But I think we could nick something at Oxford as well if we the right sort of mentality.
And the other good thing is, sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I was going to say we've played the 7 of the top 9. We've now played home and away. So sorry, not 6 of the top 9. It'll be 7 when we play Leeds at home. We've played Leeds, Sheffield United, Burnley, Sunderland, West Brom, Middlesbrough, Bristol City, all home and away.
So it's kind of in our own hands, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Could be from those 5 games, you could be looking at kind of potential 12 points. That would see us safe, I think, wouldn't it? Don't want to take to the final game against Hull. That would be
Yeah,
for sure.
But we're at home, so we'll be all right.
Yeah. Only 1 point in the last 4 games now, though that point came against Burnley. Decent performances, but that's kind of relegation form again, isn't it? 1 point from 4 games, and they do say teams that play well and still lose. So that's
it's relegation form. If the teams around you aren't doing, or if the teams around you are doing better than you, but at the moment we're kind of just about managing to keep a head above water, aren't we? And like Dan says, we've already played the big teams, and the next few games that we've got, you look at them and you think we should be getting points out of pretty much all of them.
Yeah, I think those next 6 are quite key, aren't they? With the exception of the Leeds game, if we can get big points there, I think we'll be all right.
And we're strongest we've been squad-wise for a while. Paul's coming back at the end of the week, apparently.
Is he?
Or back into training anyway. I don't know whether.
Why wasn't Waddingham in the squad at the weekend?
I think it's because he's been brought in for the future, isn't he? Apparently, and just because he's obviously still a bit raw, should we say? But we didn't have a single striker on the bench, did we? Say he's not really a striker in my view, which then kind of adds a bit more extra pressure to Bishop, doesn't it? You think we're going to win in Tolly against Cardiff?
Yeah, it's going to be emphatic.
Emphatic, nice.
3-0.
3-0, comfy 3-0.
Yeah.
Home win.
Yeah.
not so emphatic though, no.
No, we should do. I didn't think much of them when they beat us. I mean, they beat us comfortably, didn't they? What was it, 2-0 or something at their place?
We were poor,
and we were
really
poor. But yeah, I didn't realise they've only lost 1 in the last 6, haven't they? Which was the last game.
Yeah. They won a quite a decent run up to then.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think we're at home, aren't we? We're at home. We're strong.
Do you think he'll rotate?
I don't see how he can, unless maybe he brings Al Sheesh in, or people have been talking about putting. Well, no, one person. I don't know why I said people. Somebody said about putting Gordon up front for Bishop. When they pointed out that he wasn't even a striker, that still didn't stop him from ploughing on.
I saw that comment, and it was just kind of like it was almost like, just anyone. I don't know, can Devlin play up top? He didn't say that, but it was kind of like suggested. Just give him a try. Give him a try. Why not give that 20-year-old who's never played as a striker a try up front in the Championship? Do you know what I mean?
It's one of those things, where people just kind of are blind to all of the stuff that Bishop does, that it doesn't involve putting the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah.
He does an
I
amazing
think,
job up
yeah,
there.
I think he'll go with the same.
Yeah, so do I. I think we'll-
Yeah, unless
I'm gonna go-
he tries to stick Al Sheesh in there somewhere, but I don't know. I don't know who you would take out. I don't think you would certainly wouldn't take out Richie, Murphy, Lang. So if that's the case, then there's nowhere else for him to go, is there?
No.
If you don't take
Just
one of those three off.
just a final point on Sheffield United, by the way. Murphy is excellent, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Murphy is absolutely excellent. He number of balls he was putting into the box, and they were very, very good balls. You know, again, it's just down to our lack of finishing, but he was.
and the shots as well.
Oh, yeah, the one he pinged off the bar.
One hit the bar.
Oh yes, yeah, he was very good, very, very good.
Mm.
Long may it continue. Hopefully, he'll be as good against Cardiff. We'll be back later in the week with we won't have a preview of Cardiff because that's going to happen on the day this gets released. But we will be back with a preview of the Oxford United game this weekend. Anyway, that's it from the Pompey pod for now. It's another defeat. It's 3 out of 4 defeats. We need to change this form around, but we've got a run of games, as we say, where we can change that around. That's it for us now, but don't forget to subscribe. You get involved and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We are at Pompey Pod on all of the socials, but for now, bye Pompey, and goodbye.
Bye.